Imagine this. You stumble upon the YouTube channel of a young entrepreneur who claims to have turned $10 into $10,000 in just 30 days. You're impressed, thinking you found your next mentor. You invest in their course, eager to learn their secrets. But a week in, things just don't add up. The strategies are all over the place, and that proven method feels like a poorly stitched patchwork of various other courses. You've been tricked. Sound familiar? It's an unfortunate truth, but we've all been there. Clickbait strategies, overhyped promises, and marketing tactics that just oversell and underdeliver. And while it's tempting to fake success until it's real, the consequences of this approach are often disastrous. Look at popular industry failures. Companies that bloomed overnight but wilted just as quickly because they promised solutions, innovative tech, or breakthrough methods. But when push came to shove, they couldn't deliver. Their reputations? Tarnished, probably forever. But this doesn't have to be your story. So I've been knee-deep in the branding game for almost 2 decades now, starting out as a small designer at ad agencies like BBDO, to later becoming a professionally certified business coach at the Coaching Academy of Berlin, which led me then to open my own personal branding business in Barcelona. I've seen many companies and individuals trip over that fake it till you make it approach. And over the last 10 years, I've been obsessing over the question, what do the most successful experts out there know that we don't? How do they master the art of being real while scaling their brand's impact and reputation? And after analyzing the most successful personal brands, the patterns are unmistakable. The most successful personal brands follow a 3-step formula to attract the right tribe without faking their way to the top. And in this video, I'm going to give you an inside scoop. The first step is to embrace who you are. The most powerful personal brands out there, they're not just about what you do or sell. They're also a transparent reflection of who you are. In fact, authenticity can become your brand's strongest asset. And for that, let's take a look at Pat Flynn, the founder of Smart Passive Income. Flynn began his online journey after being laid off from his architecture job. So instead of embellishing a persona of an always successful entrepreneur, he transparently shared his journey of starting from scratch. His monthly income reports, podcast episodes, and blog posts were not just about tactics or strategies. They were about his experiences, failures, and lessons. When you land on one of his pages, there's an inherent promise: authentic, tried and tested advice from someone who's been in the trenches. And Flynn, rooted in his self-awareness, consistently delivers on that. It's this genuine representation that has built him a community of loyal followers and fellow entrepreneurs. So for your personal brand to thrive in a similar way, you have to take a deep dive into your journey, where you've been, where you are, and where you're headed. But what if your journey is filled with challenges and setbacks? And this is where it gets interesting. The second step that almost all big personalities use in their brands is they live in their strength. One of the most transformative shifts you can make in your personal brand journey is to recognize that every perceived weakness can actually be a strength. And this is not about ignoring or denying those weak points. It's about reframing them in a way they can become part of your value proposition. And why is reframing so powerful? Because the story you tell yourself about your perceived weakness can either hold you back or push you ahead. The real opportunity lies in taking those weaknesses and using them to highlight the unique perspective and resilience you've gained. And for that, let's take a look at Marie Forleo. Marie openly speaks about being multi-passionate. Now, many might view jumping from interest to interest as a lack of focus, potentially even stemming from her ADHD. But rather than seeing this as a deficit, Marie reframes it and makes it part of her brand by coining the term multi-passionate entrepreneur. This reframing allowed her to bring a fresh, varied, and dynamic perspective to the world of marketing and online entrepreneurship, making her stand out in a crowded market. And this resonated with countless entrepreneurs who felt out of place in a world that often demands one singular focus. And so your journey might seem like it's filled with weak links, but with a little bit of reflection and creativity, you can turn these points into strengths. This is about owning every part of your narrative and turning vulnerabilities into compelling stories that attract the people who'll resonate with the real you. But why can this at times feel so hard? And why do so many people fall for the fake it till you make it mantra in the first place? The third and most crucial step is what I call closing the gap. Let me explain. Every successful entrepreneur out there started with a clear vision for themselves and their business. The key lies in bridging the gap between your present self and the person you aim to be, without prematurely presenting yourself as that future version. And I get it, in this digital age, we are bombarded with success stories with every scroll, swipe, and click, making it tempting to just slap on the mask and join the parade. But the true cost isn't just a potential tarnished reputation. It's the energy spent maintaining a facade. Energy better used to build an authentic and impactful business. So what's the alternative? James Clear said it best. Entrepreneurship is a personal growth engine disguised as a business pursuit. Remember those movies where the hero's struggles made us root for them? It's these journeys, these ups and downs that captivate us. So what if you'd picture that successful version of yourself in the future and invest in sharing those stories of growth? If we look at those renowned online entrepreneurs as an example, it's their tales of 3 a.m. work nights that truly engage us, isn't it? And if you're thinking, but who would want to work with someone like me at my stage? Then this is the moment to gain some perspective. Regardless where you are in your journey, there will always be someone who can benefit from your experience and be inspired by your story. Which leads me back to the first step. The essence of personal branding is owning your journey. Recognize your current stage, understand the unique value you offer, and commit to growth. After all, people aren't just seeking for solutions. They're seeking for someone genuine, someone they can trust. And so if you want to learn more about starting your personal brand journey with confidence, you might want to check out this playlist right here. Take care, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.